Welcome, and please be seated. So again, welcome everyone. It's terrific to see everyone here on this somewhat rainy, good day to be indoor Saturday to celebrate our graduate students here who are going to experience their commencement. I'm Brian Boer. I'm Dean of the College of Food, Agricultural, and Natural Resource Sciences here at the University of Minnesota. And I want to welcome all of the family and friends who are supporting our students here today with us. I'm honored to be the host of this event, but at the same time, I want to introduce some of our distinguished University of Minnesota guests and collegiate deans. And if you'd please stand when I call your names. First of all, University of Minnesota Regent Ruth Johnson is joining us today. Thank you, Regent Johnson. CFANS Interim Associate Dean for Research and Graduate Programs, Milena Saki-Salsis, is joining us today. Thank you, Milena. And CFANS Interim Associate Dean for Academic Programs and Faculty Affairs, Frances Homans, is also joining us today. So today's commencement ceremony will recognize the accomplishments of 70 of our students from the College of Food, Agriculture, and Natural Resource Sciences who have completed or will soon complete the requirements for their master's or their doctoral degrees. Commencement, of course, is one of the university's most joyous and important occasions of the year. It's a symbol of accomplishment for the graduates and a milestone for you to move on to the world beyond the University of Minnesota. Graduates, you recognize you didn't accomplish this on your own, even though you spent a lot of the time and effort and nights and sleepless nights studying for that. But of course, you had patient, loving support from your families, parents, spouses, friends who've joined you here today. So if you could, let's all join in thanking them for their support. There are others here I'd like to thank as well, and those are the faculty who have supported you throughout your time as a graduate student. The bonds you formed with your graduate advisor, faculty advisor, and committee members and mentors will shape the rest of your life. And I know that the faculty takes great pride in your accomplishments and will revel in your successes now and in the future as they follow you throughout your careers. So I would like to thank the advisors who are here today to share in the achievements and the excitement. You carry our hopes and our dreams for meeting the grand challenges that lie ahead. Will our faculty please rise and be recognized for supporting these amazing students and the work you've done to mentor them through their careers. So we like to keep this moving, but I will have some brief remarks here. And first of all, I want to congratulate our graduates here today. You've, of course, gone through quite a bit of school experiences since you've reached this point, whether it's to your master's degree or PhD. You just couldn't stop at that undergrad level and decided to carry on with that. And I know many of you had the experience of working through a pandemic and getting into your labs and trying to complete your research projects. And so this class in particular, some came a little bit later, but always in the midst of that, the courage, the resilience, the dedication you demonstrated, I think deserves a specific round of applause for your commitment to getting finished and completing that work. So congratulations to all of you for your resilience. And I was thinking about this. I don't know how many of you are actually here now thinking about your first day on campus, or maybe you came from as an undergrad into your grad program here, but your first day in classes. And I was thinking in terms of imagining possibilities and the idea of authentic intelligence. And I'm going to combine those together a little bit, but imagining possibilities, sorry I have hay fever, so it's a little tough to talk at times here. I kind of remember thinking back to my first day in grad school, and I actually do remember it pretty clearly. I was at Iowa State University. My first class was an Introduction to Math Statistics class. And when I went into that class, I met one of my first friends. Many of you met friends as you were grad students you worked with. Grant Lundberg was his name. He was from California. I was from Iowa. And we were sitting in that class that morning, and the professor came in, and his name was C.P. Cox. I don't even know what the CP stands for. I think it was Philip was the second name, but I can't recall what it was. He was from Great Britain, a really interesting fellow. And he asked us a simple question when he first came in. And I'm going to ask you the same question. I'm going to expect an answer here. What's the probability I'm wearing matching socks? So where's the answer? What's the probability I'm wearing matching socks? There's a lot of big brains here. Come on. Anything? 50%? 50% is a pretty good guess. That's actually what Grant Lundberg said. I got it right now. Grant said 50%. C.P. Cox's answer was jiggery-pokery, which he said every time he gave a wrong answer for that semester. I have no idea what it means to this day, but that's what he always said. That was a jiggery-pokery answer. And you want to know what I'm wearing today? So I'm going to come out here. No, they're more of And his point was, if you're going to, you have to explore the possible sets of possibilities. In my statement, I said, am I wearing matching socks? The question is, there was a conditional, I was actually wearing socks on both feet. So it's actually 0.25% was CP's answer, because I could be wearing no socks, I could be wearing what I'm wearing now, I could be wearing matching socks, I could be wearing socks in two different colors. So anyway, the point, yeah, so you got the sock speech. You know, it's that thing where he pointed out that you can do, in a math stat course, he said you can do the math, and math is critical, but you have to think about what the possibilities are before you can do the math on the simplest things. And so I was imagining what those possibilities are going forward. And in that context, Grant Lundberg is currently, well, he's not currently, he just retired as CEO of the largest rice producing company in California, Lundberg Rice, if you look it up. He just stepped down after 24 years. I'm here today, so you know what happened to me. But he was a pretty amazing person. But I'm going to shift gears a little bit to the second part of this, and I'll keep this moving. But the second part is, if you asked any faculty member here, I'd wager and said, when they introduce themselves, at least I do this, I'll say, I'm Brian Boer, I'm an economist. Right? So how many of you, when you enter, I bet Dr. Rao says, I'm an entomologist oftentimes. And so as you enter your advanced degrees, what happens is that becomes a part of your identity. People will talk about you as I'm a, whatever your degree program is, animal scientist, economist, entomologist. But I wanted to think a little bit more about this in the context of intelligence and where you're going. And with that, I'll say, while it's an incredible accomplishment and a symbol of your dedication and perseverance, it's only one facet of who you are as a person. You are so much more than the letters that follow your name or the University of Minnesota that granted you this degree. In fact, I encourage you not to let this degree define you. You are more than your field of study, your research interests, your thesis topics. You are a complex, multifaceted human being with a wealth of talents, skills, and experiences that extend far beyond the walls of academia. So as you move forward from this moment, I urge you to embrace your full identity, to pursue your passions, and to never lose sight of the things that truly matter. Let your degree be a launching pad for the next phase of your journey, and don't let it be the only thing that defines you. So what do you think of those comments? Wow. What'd you think of the sock comments? Wow. ChatGPT just blew me away. Seriously. That story I read at first was 100% authentic. C.P. Cox exists. Actually, his background from an identity standpoint, he was more, to me, he was a stat professor. He was much more than that. He taught me about statistics, but he had fought in World War II, armed a battery in England, reached the level of a royal colonel in the Army while he was there. As he was at Iowa State, he played all kinds of games. It was like shoot, hop, penny. Anybody heard of that before? Never heard of it. It was I was looking through his obituary. He loved stray animals, took them as part of the Humane Society, was an actor, theater, had broad dimensions of personality that came out of his experience in life. And ChatGPT, in the meantime, I said, is basically I went in last night, literally, so I didn't have any of this before last night, went in and said, write a commencement speech about identity and how students should have their identity, something like that. I remember exactly what I said. That's what it came up with, word for word. You can look at it, I'll show it to you. That was Chat. It does a great job, right? But I assure you, and whether you thought my part was intelligent or not, that what you've gained here is authentic intelligence. So ChatGPT has intelligence. It could regurgitate back. It probably went through how many? 1 billion different commencement addresses about identity and degrees and how that fits in your personality. You could not get a speech from someone talking about what their experience was as a person, linking together a chat GPT, thinking about that new creation of activities. And that's what your role is now as PhD students or master students. You're in that place of authentic intelligence. Take your experience, take your knowledge, take what you've learned here, take that out and beat the hell out of GPT. No, just kidding. Take that with you and create your identity as you're going forward and not just to be that person. So I'm really kind of crushed that I lost a chat. I thought for sure I'd blow it away. I thought I had it, but oh well. So anyway, with that, do bring your authentic intelligence every day. We have some real challenges to address in food, natural resources, climate change, those elements. And with this creativity you've learned here, hopefully at the University of Minnesota, you'll be doing that. So now, you're done with me. Thank goodness for all of you. Now for an authentic intelligence as a student speaker. It's now my pleasure to introduce our graduate student speaker, Grace Dewey, who today is receiving a PhD in animal sciences. Grace was born in Jakarta, Indonesia, but stayed in several different countries growing up before settling in Minnesota. She earned a BS and MS from the University of Minnesota with research investigating the potential of lemongrass essential oil against multi-drug resistant salmonella in broilers. Building on this work, she is completing her PhD in animal science with a minor in food science with Anup Kolinar, Johnny's lab. Dewey's research investigates pre- and post-harvest strategies for controlling salmonella in turkey production using probiotics and plant-derived extracts. The primary objective is to develop innovative interventions to supplement existing control measures and optimize their benefits in conjunction with her dissertation research. She worked alongside Johnny in teaching applied microbiology and poultry courses and helping with the FFA. She collaborated in the USDA Sustainable Agricultural Systems Project to moderate focus groups with poultry producers and consumers. Conversing with various stakeholders gave her a greater appreciation of the diverse perspectives on intervention used in food production and underscored the significance of cooperation in ensuring their safety. Please join me in welcoming our graduate student speaker, Grace Dewey.
Thank you for the kind introduction, Dean Burr. Good afternoon, distinguished guests, members of the faculty, friends and family, and the class of 2023. It is a tremendous honor to have the opportunity to address you all on this momentous day. First and foremost, congratulations. What a journey graduate school has been. Through it, we may have gained strength, wisdom, and an increasingly profound appreciation of caffeine. Looking back on my journey instantly reminded me of salmonella, the primary antagonist of my research and the bad bacteria most people associate with diarrhea. To be clear, I'm not associating my pursuit of this degree with an enteric pathogen because it was a gut-wrenching experience that affected my well-being, even though the comparison might not be entirely without merit. As frustrating as its persistence was to my dissertation, I couldn't help but admire its resilience in even the harshest environments. It is worth noting that a single bacterial cell is often easy to eliminate and doesn't pose much of a threat. But when these microbes work together, they can coordinate their behavior, share resources, and adapt to changing environmental conditions, making them formidable opponents to food safety and public health. I never imagined I would ever empathize with these malicious microbes. Yet, we humans also thrive in the presence of good company. A case in point, I would not be standing here without the wonderful people in my life whose unwavering support helped me overcome many hurdles, including the fear of strangers and stages. I wanted to convey my deepest gratitude to them by telling them as much in front of an audience of distinguished scholars without the incentive of participation points. So, this speech goes out to my phenomenal friends, family, and mentors, especially my mom, Widya, and my grandma, Unyo. Yet their humility makes it so hard to convince them of the magnitude of their influence on my life. For instance, I encountered a polar vortex my very first winter as a gopher in Bailey Hall. Coming from a tropical island, I was hardly prepared to withstand temperatures below 0 degrees Celsius, let alone Fahrenheit. Thankfully, my incredible roommate Bridget taught me the importance of proper winter attire. As the saying goes, there's no such thing as bad weather, only unsuitable clothing. This may be common knowledge for many in this neck of the woods, especially those that weathered the Halloween blizzard of '91 or the winter of '96, or so I was told. But it was quite a life-changing revelation to me, at least. Although the warmer clothing did help me endure many more winter weather warnings for the past decade, the great gophers I met here were what really warmed me up to Minnesota. The tiny virus that fundamentally altered our lives seemingly overnight reminds us that bringing change does not always require grandiose actions. It highlighted the importance of our daily decisions, as they may seriously affect those around us. In solitude throughout the quarantine, I realized how much we rely on one another. Truthfully, the social distancing and working from home initially seemed like a blessing for an introvert like myself. But just like Salmonella, sometimes I get into serious trouble when left to my own devices. It reminded me of the feeling I had inside an escape room. When the puzzles seem unsolvable and the path forward obscured, the uncertainty of the situation leaves us feeling frustrated, trapped, and terrified. Yet, in the presence of precious pals, these frightening experiences become much more bearable, or even transformed into a thrilling adventure so enjoyable that I would voluntarily sign up for a sequel to the simulated nightmare. They say misery loves company, and it's probably because of the comfort that camaraderie brings during hardships. The pandemic underlined the importance of cooperation in finding solutions to insurmountable obstacles, or lesser inconveniences like a toilet paper shortage. We witnessed the strength and resilience of communities worldwide as we came together to share valuable knowledge and resources to adapt to our new normal and find possibilities amidst uncertainties. We gain new perspectives and insights through our collaborations. And like a well-stocked toolbox, each member brings unique skills that complement each other, helping us tackle multifaceted challenges and become a powerful force for change. As we celebrate our achievements today and move into the next phase of our lives, let us also commemorate our companions and communities. Whether we party with them in person or over Zoom, let us show our appreciation to those who have been by our side through thick and thin. Relinquishing our titles as students today does not necessarily mean that life will get any easier. It can be hard not to feel overwhelmed with complex and daunting challenges looming ahead, like climate change, resource scarcity, food insecurity, and evolving pathogens. Hopefully, we can take comfort in knowing that we will not face them alone. We have companions who will support, challenge, and encourage us to become the best iteration of ourselves as we strive to feed the world, enrich the environment, and forge a path toward a brighter tomorrow together. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Grace, for those remarkable words. I really appreciate it. Although, comparing yourself to a microbial community probably isn't as bad as taking off your sock, maybe. But thank you for those remarks. I really appreciate it. And thanks for your inspirational comments for your fellow students. Now it's my pleasure to introduce our featured speaker, faculty speaker, which is Peter Moe. Peter Moe received his bachelor's degree in 1975, his MS in 1982 here at the University of Minnesota, and retired this year as director of the University of Minnesota Landscape Arboretum, finally called the ARB, for those of you who've been there. How many have been to the Arboretum, just as a quick? Fantastic. So there you go, Pete. Great news. The ARB is a signature destination for more than 500,000 visitors annually, with more than 30,000 member households. Throughout the years, Mo worked with every ARB director and was involved in the design, construction, and planting of many plant collections, gardens, buildings, and facilities across the ARB. He led the design, fundraising, and construction of the Horticulture and Operations headquarters, including 2 new greenhouses, the farm at the ARB, the complete replacement of many 40-year-old garden structures, and during Mo's tenure, the ARB expanded to 1,200 acres and experienced significant growth in membership, attendance, earned income, and philanthropy. Today, the ARB is one of the premier public gardens in the U.S., and it was one of only a few gardens with world-class fruit and landscape breeding programs. His expertise working in rare plant conservation and the evaluation and selection of plants for the northern U.S. has been invaluable to the ARB's growth and success. He has positioned the ARB to provide enjoyment, excitement, and education for generations of Minnesotans to come. Please join me in welcoming Peter Mo.
Thank you, Brian. Distinguished guests, esteemed faculty members, proud family members, and friends, and most of all, our CFANS 2023 graduate students. It's wonderful to be with you this afternoon as you celebrate this milestone in your academic journey. I'm Peter Mo, the recently retired director of the University of Minnesota Landscape Arboretum, fondly known locally as the ARB. If you haven't been to the ARB located in Chanhassen, I encourage you to make a visit. You'll find unparalleled beauty and fascinating research there, no matter what the season. When Associate Dean Melina Saki-Celsus invited me to speak here today, I was deeply honored and thoroughly delighted for a variety of reasons. The University of Minnesota, and CFANS in particular, has been part of the fabric of my life for 50 years. So it's really a privilege for me to share this time with you, a new generation of leaders whose CFANS experiences will propel you to take on our world's grandest challenges and be inspiring lights of innovation, creativity, and justice for generations to come. It was 1973 when I began my adventures at the ARB as a U of M student gardener. After completing my undergraduate degree in horticulture science, I was hired as a research plot technician at the Horticultural Research Center, part of the Arboretum. I wanted to prepare myself for future positions, so pursued my Master of Agriculture degree in CFANS. This was the perfect degree for me, as it was designed for people working in the field. While enrolled in this program, I applied for the landscape maintenance supervisor position at the Arboretum. Dr. Leon Snyder, the Arboretum's founding director, hired me over several people with longer tenure but lacking a bachelor's degree. I found myself supervising my former supervisors and 25 student assistant gardeners. As you might imagine, not everyone was pleased to have a new 23-year-old supervisor. But equipped with my previous experience, strong academic background from CFANS, and important life skills I learned in college, I knew the importance of listening, treating people fairly, and most importantly, being honest and following through on things I said I would do. As the years went by, the ARB became ever more important for me professionally and personally. I received my master's degree in agriculture from CFANS in '82 and began to take on roles of increasing responsibility and challenge. Of course, in 2016, I became director, and as I retired 5 decades after my first ARB job, I am handing the reins over to an excellent new leader, Andrew Gopinski. So while I'm proud of the wide variety of accomplishments that the ARB has been able to work with many other people, I contributed to through the decades, the best thing that happened there early in my career, meeting my wife, Susan. She is also a CFANS graduate who was working at the ARB as a plant breeder and scientist. We bought a home near the ARB, raising our 3 children and growing trees, fruit plants, azaleas, and vegetables. It brings me great joy to share that all 3 of our kids are U of M graduates with CFANS connections. Clearly, CFANS is in our DNA. My wish for you is that you will forever have CFANS in your DNA as well. This college has always been a place where passion meets purpose, where you can apply your interests and energy to lifelong work that you'll not only love doing, but drives real change in the world. You're the ones who will solve most of the important issues we're facing right now, right here in Minnesota and all around the globe. You are the ones who will ensure that our planet produces enough nutritious and safe food for a population of almost 10 billion people in 2050. You are the ones who will work to adapt and mitigate climate change, ensuring health and sustainability for people, animals, the land, waters, and the air. You are the ones who will apply science and innovation to propel us into a bold and vibrant future. You are the ones. But without doubt, you will face difficulties on your journey, but I'm certain you'll meet them head on with your passion. It is my passion, born in me as a youth and nurtured and grown at CFANS at the ARB, that has driven me forward when challenges arose. For example, by 2017, the Arboretum had raised private funds and built a number of wonderful new buildings, beautiful gardens, plant collections, the Oswald Visitor Center, and other things. However, the professional horticulture staff at the Arboretum were still housed in the same pole shed where I reported in 1973, and they had 2 obsolete greenhouses. A new horticulture headquarters had been included in 2 previous ARB capital campaigns and submitted for possible state bonding funding, but $0 were raised. When I became director in 2016, I made funding this project the top priority for the ARB, even though we just completed a $60 million capital campaign. I knew this wouldn't be easy, but I refused to be daunted by what seemed a formidable task. Must be the CFANS in my DNA. Working with the ARB's development team and trustees, I started contacting past donors and potential donors with connections to green industries. My first call resulted in the $300,000 donation, and a few days later, I was meeting with a donor in Florida who made a pledge for $2 million in his kitchen. So it was we went on to raise over $7 million with no university or state support, and we opened the Horticulture and Operations Headquarters with 2 state-of-the-art greenhouses in 2020. So why did donors support this project? Many I talked with told me it was because I explained that the project was for our professional horticulture staff, and they could see how passionate I was about it. The lesson here, of course, is to push ahead with major challenges and be prepared with all the details you need to make your case. But I really think the most important ingredient here is passion. When your passion drives your purpose, amazing things can happen. Each one of you has your own passion and your own purpose, and I know that you will use them in your unique and beautiful ways to create a more equitable and sustainable future for all. Congratulations, 2023 graduate students. You have worked hard, and you will change the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Pete, for your inspiring words. As you can tell, Pete definitely exhibits that passion for the Arboretum. And another thing we have in CFANS always, we talk about nature as being a wellness aspect, and a key part of the Arboretum is that. But when you see Pete here, who's been doing that for 50 years, and he still looks like that 23-year-old young man, there may be something to that. So Pete, thank you for your years of service. We really appreciate your work, and thank you for presenting that beautiful Arboretum to all of us to enjoy. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So now we're at the part you've been waiting for, the presentation of the degree candidates. Dr. James Luby, professor in the Department of Horticultural Science, will present the candidates for master's degrees.
We will now recognize the candidates for master's degrees. I request the master's students to come forward. We begin by presenting the candidates for the master's degree in applied economics. Alex Chase. Zachary Uter. Nurfadila Kairanisa. Jack Dockendorf. Bradley Silty. And next, we present candidates for the master's degree in applied plant sciences. James Howard Bowden. Macon De Silva. There you go, Macon. Ethan Lay. Carlos Sanchez. Navjot Singh. Andrew Stewart. And now we present the candidates for the master's degree in bioproducts and biosystem science, engineering, and management. Aslam Caracas. Fangyun Shi. Anna Wormka. Daniel Jurado Pineda. Next, we present the candidates for the master's degree in conservation sciences. Tyler Mueller. And next, the candidates for the master's degree in entomology. Gloria Milato. Sally Nelson. And now, we present the candidates for the master's degree in food science. Emily Branco. Stephanie Ortega Cortez. Waidehi Narkar. Next, we present the candidates for the master's degree in land and atmospheric science. Tyler Bowman. Sarah De Laurentiis. Madeline Vogel. And next, we present the candidates for the master's degree in natural resources, science, and management. Nick Nelon. Nicholas Partington. Luisa Lucena. Faith Breeden. And now we present the candidates for the master's degree in nutrition. Isabella Wiggins. Madeline Tim. Now we present the candidates for the master's degree in plant pathology. Jainamar Sierra Moya. Sita Podell. And next is we present the candidates for the master's degree in water resources sciences. Nicole Angel. Matt Bellinger. Bailey Tangen. Dean Boer, this concludes the presentation of master's degree candidates. Let's give them all a round of applause. I'd like to welcome Professor Joanne Slavin, professor in the Department of Food Science and Nutrition, to the podium to present those students who have earned the Doctor of Philosophy degree, one of the highest degrees granted by the University of Minnesota.
We will now recognize candidates for doctoral degrees. Candidates will be hooded by Associate Dean Melania Saki Salkas unless the candidate's advisor steps forward to do so. Advisors, please stand when your advisee's program is announced so you are ready to hood them when they cross the stage. One thing I have to say is even though you have a PhD, you might know not how to put on the hood. So we've practiced, so give us a break here, we'll do our best. But we begin by presenting the candidates for the doctoral degree in animal science. Grace DeUwe. Abby Schuft. Kayla Law. Sajuna Raj Mana Katli Raja. Next, we present the candidates for the doctoral degree in applied economics. Yoon Tuk Oh. Masuma Hashmatpur. Remember, guys, this took a long time. We're not in a hurry. You have enough time to get through it on, so. Kwavu. Next, we present the candidates for the doctoral degree in applied plant sciences. Ashley Powell. Marie Shadell. Next, we present the candidates for the doctoral degree in bioproducts and biosystems science, engineering, and management. Leif van Leegroep. Next, we present the candidates for the doctoral degree in entomology. Michelle Boone. Rosa Ernestina Lozano Murcia. Maggie Shanahan. Ismael Ramirez. Next, we present the candidates for the doctoral degree in food science. Prince Buachi. Next, we present the candidates for the doctoral degree in land and atmospheric science. Hava Blair. Carolyn Pierce. Next, we present the candidates for the doctoral degree in natural resources, science, and management. Tyler Gifford. Haley Shinovich. Jamie Mosel. Bajali Bakshi. Next, we present the candidate for the doctoral degree in nutrition. Kendall Burstead. Next, we present the candidates for the doctoral degree in plant pathology. Nicholas Greetons. Eric Nazarino. Next, we present the candidate for the doctoral degree in water resources science. Brianna Lukes. Dean Burr, this concludes our presentation of candidates for the doctoral degree.
Everybody resituated. Well, let me say again, let's give all the students a warm round of applause for their accomplishments and congratulations. Come on here. And now for the official part, Regent Ruth Johnson, I present these candidates to you for the degrees they've been named for.
The good news is this is the very last step to make this official. I extend my congratulations to all of you graduates. Through your aptitude, hard work, and determination, you have earned this day of recognition. And as you embark on what lies ahead, carry your University of Minnesota degree proudly. And to all the family and friends joining us, thank you for the countless ways that you have supported these students as they've earned their degrees. And now will the graduates please rise as you are able. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority of the Board of Regents of the University of Minnesota, and with the completion of all your remaining degree requirements, I now confer upon you the degrees for which you have qualified. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Regent Johnson, and congratulations again to all of you graduates today. It's now my pleasure to introduce you. May be seated. Well, let's just stand for a while. No. It's now my pleasure to introduce Mary Buschetti. She's CFANS Director of Alumni and Constituent Relations, and she'll be speaking for you today on behalf of David Pasco, who's the president of the CFANS Alumni Society Board, who could not join us today. Mary?
Thank you, Brian. So on behalf of David Pasco, welcome and thank you all who are those attending who have supported our CFANS graduate students. I am David Pasco. Well, I'm not David Pasco, but this is what he would say. A food science and nutrition grad from 2008 and current president of the CFANS Alumni Society. He is very excited that I am able to address you on his behalf today at this commencement. Congratulations. You've all reached a major milestone in your life. It was an eye-opener for him to think about 15 years ago that he celebrated a similar occasion. He still remembers that day and the journey he's been on since graduating from CFANS. I'm going back to speaking in David's voice, sorry. Please take a moment to reflect on the journey you've had from when you entered CFANS to this point today. Think about all of the experience you've had and the people that you've met inside and outside of the classroom while here at the University of Minnesota. They've provided a tremendous start to your professional network that I know that you've all been working on, and I know too. Most of you should have a LinkedIn profile by now, right? All right. Today you're starting a new journey that will be full of new challenges and new experiences. No doubt you've had a few bumps in the road during your graduate studies, and no doubt there will be more ahead. I am certain that your time in CFANS has prepared you for what lies ahead. I'm certain that what lies ahead and that you're ready to receive all that the world has to offer. If you're worried about this transition, remember, just be yourself. Be authentic in your approach to what you encounter, and surround yourself with people that understand and believe in you. And remember to set expectations for those around you. It makes things much more clear for everyone. I hope your CFANS graduate experience provided a foundation to help you understand what you like and appreciate in your field of study, what you're good at, what you're capable of, and where you're heading, because life is one great excursion. That excursion can be enriched when we challenge ourselves, learn something new, develop a new relationship, or build something bigger than ourselves with a community of people. Moving forward, I hope you find time to stretch yourself and to enrich your experiences. Experiences in life can develop skills and mold our social and cultural thoughts, and interactions with people are what shape our character and make us think about who we are, what we believe, and how we are going to work together to get things done. Through my experience as a graduate student, I was able to access industry leaders across different disciplines, collaborate across departments and industries on research, gain professional development skills, and build relationships with many people that I still work with to keep our connections strong. Your experiences within CFANS have provided a foundation not only for your lives, but for your professional endeavors. Many of you will leave here today to work indoors and outdoors, become part of sustainability teams to protect our natural resources, to create new agricultural efficiencies to provide more for our growing population, to reduce waste, plan for a better future, and be innovative leaders to nourish people and enrich lives so we can be healthy and safely live and work together. The CFANS Alumni Society's mission is to build relationships with alumni, faculty, students, and community members to create beneficial outcomes for all. As president, I have engaged and connected with CFANS and the U of M community members at several events, including Homecoming, Networking Night, and Borealis Night of Excellence. What I found is that the Alumni Society has a way of bringing us back together with people we know as well as with people we want to work together with to create opportunities for the future. In my letter in the program, you will read about some of those programs. One I'd like to highlight is the mentor program. How many of you have participated as a mentor or mentee? Awesome. Thank you. Congratulations. I hope you will consider participating as a mentor or join any of the other volunteer opportunities available. It's a tremendous way to continue to build your own network, support students, the college, and your professional communities. On behalf of the Alumni Society, congratulations on achieving your goals and reaching this milestone. You are now alumni of CFANS and the University of Minnesota. We are proud of you and look forward to having your new eyes and minds to help us lead. Follow your curiosities and passions as you move forward in life. Remember to leverage CFANS as a resource for your network and get involved with alumni programming and always stay in touch. Congratulations, graduate.
Thank you, Mary, or should I say David? Mary, okay, either one's going to work now. But thank you, Mary, for your comments. Audience, so that concludes our awarding of degrees today. I want to congratulate our students once again here and wish you our very best wishes. Never forget that you're not done learning just because you have those big PhDs now, some of you, and your master's degrees, always opportunities to learn. I'll just say I'm learning today in my little experiment that it's more comfortable to wear a sock on leather shoes than it is not to wear a sock on leather shoes. So you always learn these things as you go coming along. I want to again thank certainly everybody who supported the students for joining us today. And I can't resist, because this is a joyous occasion. I joke around these things a little bit, but this is both a serious and honorable occasion. But also I just want to celebrate our students one last time. If everybody could join me in giving a round of applause for them. So now we wish you safe journeys on the way home, and we'll close out with singing Hail Minnesota.